So here is another matchup that I have been thinking about doing for a while. The fighters this time are incredibly powerful and ruthless, so it would be difficult to decide who would win this battle. The Sentry fights the monster who killed Superman, known as Doomsday. When mentally stable, the Sentry has the potential for limitless power. However, if his mental state wavers, he becomes weaker and easier to defeat. The Sentry's powers derive from a special version of the Super Soldier Serum, of which its potency was increased thousands of times. Robert Reynolds was a drug addict who broke into some lab looking for drugs, and he found what he called a serum. The serum which eventually turned him into the Sentry, the man who possesses the power of the million exploding suns. The Sentry possesses vast superhuman strength and widely considered among the most powerful beings in the Marvel Universe. He killed Carnage by flying him into the orbit and ripping him apart. He easily defeated the cosmic-powered Terex and shattered his axe with his bare hands. His power overloads the abilities of the Absorbing Man, who was begging the Sentry to stop when he tried to absorb his power. Creel melts with the power of the million exploding suns, atom by atom, dissolving into photons, neutrons, and solar wind. In another ruthless feat of strength, the Sentry was shown powerful enough to overpower Ares, the god of war, ripping him in half after a short and nearly one-sided battle. In the aftermath of the Civil War, Ultron attacked New York City. Seeing that the Sentry was too powerful to defeat, he decided to kill his wife instead, brutally mutilating her. The enraged Sentry ripped Ultron, although the outer armor is composed of adamantium. Sentry was shown powerful enough to beat his dark self, the Void, taking into consideration that the Void possesses vast superhuman power, that he was able to kill Loki himself, and to break every single bone in the Hulk's body in the negative zone, where he is at his strongest, because he didn't like Bruce Banner, and promised him with a horrible punishment. The Sentry possesses the ability to think, move, and fly at incredible speed. He can fly way faster than light speed. He flies to planet Saturn before he finishes saying no. In another insane feat of speed, he flies from Earth to the Sun, just to prevent the Void from killing his wife. And this all took place during the time of a conversation between the Sentry and the Void. He is chemically mixed with the Super Soldier Serum, which makes him omnipotent and immortal, as stated here by Professor Cornelius, who created the serum. Following a confrontation with the Molecule Man, the Sentry discovered that he had the power of the molecular manipulation, which he used to revert himself from the liquid the Molecule Man had turned him into, and eventually managed to destroy him. When he was resurrected by the Apocalypse Twins by using the Celestial Death Seed after he was killed in the Siege War, the newly resurrected Sentry had godly powers, including molecular manipulation, which he used to stop Mjolnir thrown at him by Thor. And then he easily overpowered Thor and managed to put him down in a nearly one-sided battle. He also demonstrated the ability to recreate himself after physical destruction, and was shown capable of matter manipulation by creating sand golems to fight the Wasp when she tried to stop him. The Sentry returned to the Marvel Universe in a 5-issue story. Robert Reynolds lives 2 lives in this run. A real life as a cook in a small restaurant, and an artificial life as the Sentry, in which he fights his supervillains. Doctor Strange has given Robert a tool called the Conflictor, which allows him to shift between the 2 realities. He can unleash his incredible power in this pocket universe, which only exists in his mind. He uses this device to go to the Sentry's world once every 24 hours, in a way that the Sentry and the Void will never return into the real world. He was shown powerful enough to destroy the moon with his mere punches, to confront the Void, and then to easily rip him in half and throws him into the sun. Robert tells his friend Billy Turner about the pocket dimension, but Billy betrays Robert and devises a plot with one of the Sentry's oldest enemies, Cranio, to duplicate the Sentry's formula and trap Robert in the pocket dimension, so Cranio can rule there and Billy will be the new Sentry in the real world. The plan is foiled when S.H.I.E.L.D. and Iron Man arrest Robert for not checking in on his parole, but he unleashes the Sentry and escapes. Billy takes the Sentry's formula and battles Robert. They are evenly matched until Robert in his subconsciousness decides to stop fighting the Void and becomes one with him, creating the ultimate new merged Sentry. This powerful Sentry easily killed Billy and then removed Cranio from the pocket dimension. He finally confronted the Avengers, but proved to be too powerful to be stopped. Iron Man asks if he will do the right thing, and the Sentry says, "You don't have a choice," and flies off into the space. Originally known as the Ultimate, Doomsday was born in a prehistoric time on Krypton, long before the Kryptonian race gained dominance over the planet about 250,000 years ago. It was a violent, hellish world where only the absolute strongest of creatures could survive. In a cruel experiment involving evolution, intended to create the perfect living being, the alien scientist Bertrand released a humanoid infant into the surface of the planet, where he was killed by the harsh environment. The baby's remains were collected and used to clone a stronger version. This process was repeated over and over as a form of accelerated evolution. The agony of these repeated deaths was recorded in the creature's genetics, driving him to hate all forms of life. The child eventually became able to survive the high temperature, only to be quickly slain by the predators which inhabited the planet. Over time, and without the assistance of Bertrand's technology, the creature gained the ability to thrive on solar energy without the need to eat or breathe, to return to life and to adapt in order to overcome whatever had previously killed him. The creature hunted and killed the predators on Krypton. Then he killed Bertrand himself. The creature now known as Doomsday possesses vast superhuman strength, super durability, super speed, invulnerability, and death immunity. In the popular Death of Superman storyline, Doomsday killed Superman after a fierce battle in which both were consumed. Superman, however, also managed to put the monster down in the battle which has been widely regarded as one of the greatest in Superman's history. After his first battle with Superman, Doomsday managed to evolve and adapted to whatever had killed him the first time. He returned stronger than ever in Superman Hunter-Prey story. He took down the formidable Darkseid after taking his Omega beams unharmed. He was shown powerful enough to break Superman's arm, although Superman was armed with the Mother Box. He's powerful enough to overpower and defeat the entire Justice League. He ripped Plastic Man apart and defeated Wonder Woman as if she was nothing but a pushover. When she confronted Damage and fought him to a standstill, Wonder Woman stated that she never encountered such strength before, although Doomsday proved to be even stronger than Damage and defeated her, something Damage could not do in their first fight. Doomsday also possesses super durability, which enables him to tank the combined blasts of the Justice League, including Superman's heat vision. In the Hunter-Prey story, both Superman and Doomsday survived a force equal to 1,000,000 nuclear blasts unharmed. He also possesses super combat speed, which enables him to match the Flash. He can also match Superman, who can move and fly faster than the light speed. He also possesses incredible evolution abilities. When he arrived on the planet Calaton, he ravaged the world for 3 years, with only the capital city left. The royal family combined their life forces into a single energy being known as the Radiant. The Radiant killed Doomsday with a huge blast of energy, destroying a fifth of his planet in the process. But Doomsday evolved and became immune to the Radiant's energy and managed to defeat him in a rematch. In the reign of the Doomsday story, the monster battled Steel and easily adapted to his armor and his ability to fly by growing his own armor and leaping in a way that Steel thought he was capable of flying. To sum it up, both Sentry and Doomsday possess vast superhuman strength, durability, endurance, and healing. Sentry possesses incredible speed that enables him to fly faster than light speed, but Doomsday possesses the combat speed which enables him to match faster opponents such as Superman. Sentry's mental condition determines his overall abilities. When he is unstable, he becomes easier to defeat. In the final confrontation with World War Hulk, Sentry was suffering mental issues, but it was revealed that he was unleashing the power of the million exploding suns against the Hulk, and stated that he was not going to hold back. Doomsday, on the other hand, is known for killing Superman, but people just overlook the fact that he was also killed in the final confrontation, which means that he has limits. But the monster has incredible adaptability and can evolve, becoming immune to whatever had killed him in the first time. The Sentry with the molecular manipulation would be able to destroy Doomsday, unless the plot presented him immune to this ability in order to make the match even more interesting. Now, aside from the Death Seed and the merged Void versions, I believe the original Sentry can defeat Doomsday in the first encounter, as he pretty much possesses all Superman's powers, but he is way more ruthless. And since Superman managed to stop Doomsday, I don't see why Sentry can't. I also believe that the Death Seed and the Ultimate Sentry, who merged with Void, would also defeat Doomsday due to their godly powers. But we all know that Doomsday evolves and adapts and becomes immune to whatever had killed him, so he would eventually return. But regarding the first match, I believe Sentry would defeat Doomsday. His feats include Ripping Carnage, Ares, Ultron, whose outer armor is made of adamantium, and the Void, who was powerful enough to kill Loki and to break every single bone in the Hulk's body. His power proves to be too much even for the observing man, who can observe the likes of the Hulk and Thor. I believe Sentry would defeat Doomsday in the first encounter, and I'm not talking about the Death Seed Sentry or the Ultimate Sentry. But the fact that Doomsday evolves would give the monster a better chance to avenge his loss and defeat the Sentry. Unless he managed to emerge with the Void in his subconsciousness, emerging as the merged all-powerful Sentry, then Doomsday would be doomed to lose again. Let me know what you think about this matchup, and don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Thanks for watching, and have a nice one.